Welcome again to the Yan King Cook Kitchen. Today we cook for you to celebrate Thanksgiving, November, Thanksgiving time. I'm going to show you how to do three wonderful dishes that you can do at home. That's sweet potato fillet, egg treasure rice, and then the rainbow lettuce cup. So stay tuned because we've got a lot of prices, a lot of wonderful recipes, a lot of wonderful cooking tips, and stay tuned. Don't walk away. Make sure you log in www.onlock.org/YanKingCook so you can win a lot of prizes. Take a look at the prices. Look at all these wonderful gifts that we are giving out. So make sure you log in every month on the Thursday of every month. Onlock.org, Yan Can Cook with Onlock. You see this? Yan Can Cook with Onlock. Onlock.org got a lot of wonderful gifts to give it out. So make sure you stay tuned. All of you, my TikTok friends, Instagram friends, and YouTube friends.
And your Onlock friends too.
And your Onlock, my Onlock friends.
Chef Yan, people ask you, say, you like chips, potato chips?
I love potato chips, but you can also have taro chips. You can also have sweet potato chips. I prefer sweet potato chips. I prefer taro chips than potato chips. And of course, you can also have French fries, sweet potato French fries too. And it tastes a lot better because it's sweet, okay? That's why you call sweet potato, and also more fiber.
Your guests ask you, say, when you have chips, what did you go well with that?
When
Drink?
you have chips, of course, a can of beer, and maybe a glass of wine, and of course, watch your favorite games. But I think chips is just basically to make sure you buy the low salt chips. Otherwise, your whole body will loaded with salt. So I think as we get older, even if you're young, but stay away from too much oil, the food with too much oil or too much salt. So when you get older, you don't load yourself with a lot of salt in your body, and then your artery, your blood vessel, harden because of the salt. Okay, so less oil, less salt.
One of your friends say they have
Oh, I love jackfruit chips. In fact, you can even chips and jackfruit chips. They are very exotic, very traditional. You can buy them at Asian store, and sometimes you can even buy them in Costco. Okay, no problem. It's getting very popular. Asian, the king of fruit. Durian, the king of fruit. It smells like hell, but it tastes like heaven. I can have 2 durian by myself, but don't take it into the hotel room because they're going to find you for $500 US. And you cannot travel with the durian on a plane, in a train, in a bus, or in any of the public transportation, the subway, okay?
this person say, oh, I saw your during eating video in Instagram. Amazing.
Yeah, well, durian is very priced, and in fact, durian in Asia they refer to as the king of fruits, and you have to get used to it. Just like some of the strong cheese, it is very, very smooth, very creamy, and very strong. And you can have a durian in San Francisco. You can smell it in Louisiana. Okay, it's amazing. Or you have something in San Diego, somebody in your friends can smell it in Los Angeles. This is how strong it kind of move. Hello. Unmute. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the Yan Can Cook Kitchen. Look at this. Look at that. Okay. Look at my kitchen. We got everything here. Look at my knife. Look at my knife. Look at my knife. Look at my microplane. Look at everything I have, and also the thing that I grown in my backyard. This is lead. This is cilantro. This is Thai basil. I grow it right here. The one that you normally buy in the market is really, the leaf is really big, but this is really nice also. Whenever I need it, I just do it. I even grow ginger. You see, this is pink ginger. This is young ginger. I even grow the ginger in my backyard. Okay. Now anyway, today let us celebrate Thanksgiving, because in November, Thanksgiving, because this is the first few days of November. But in about a week that I'll fly back to Asia to do some television promotion and also some tourism promotion. And I'll film and take you to all over Asia. I'll take you to Singapore. I'll take you to Thailand. I'll take you to Indonesia. I'll take you to Philippines. I take you to Malaysia, I take you to Vietnam, and of course, and many other places. So today, the first dish I will show you is, I'm going to show you how to do 3 dishes. 1, sweet potato fillet, okay? And then I'm going to show you how to do egg treasure rice. And then I will show you how to do rainbow lettuce wrap, which is very popular in most Chinese restaurants, including P.F. Chang, okay? Now, the first dish I'm going to show you is some basic things. Everybody know that everybody loves potato. But in Asia, in many parts of the world, sweet potato is very, very popular. So today we'll use sweet potato, okay? And I'll tell you a little bit more about the sweet potato, why I'm cooking, okay? About why I use sweet potato. What is the health benefit of sweet potato? Now here, I have sweet potato here. Here, I use sweet potato. And I poke holes with my fork, okay? I poke holes with my fork, let me show you. I poke holes, okay? And then I wrap it up. I wrap it up and let it bake here. I let it bake right here. Let it bake right here. At 375 to 400 degrees for about an hour, okay? And then I will put it over here, let it bake. Okay, now look at this. See, 400 degrees, can you see that? Close up, 400 degrees. I turn it to 400 degrees, 400 degrees, okay, 400 degrees. And then we let it bake, okay, for about 45 minutes to an hour, depends on, I use a convection oven, okay, very, very important. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you the other thing that I need to do. Once you bake it, you take it out, okay? And then you can also use a different kind of potato. This is a red potato. You can also use red potato inside there. It looks like this. You bake them for an hour until they're nice and soft. Look at this, nice and soft. You see that? And then you scoop it out. You scoop it out, okay? Let me see. I have this already baked, okay? Because I don't want to waste time, okay? I only have an hour to do 3 dishes. So I use a knife. I use a knife to scoop, and then I use this to scoop it out. Look at that. I get all this out. Look at that. I scoop it out. One, scoop it out, scoop it out. Scoop it nice and clean. Look at that. Nice and clean. Look at this. And then I'm going to mix this. This is still nice and warm, okay? I'm going to mix this with some butter, melt butter, okay? Butter. And I mix it with a tiny bit of sugar and 5 spice powder, okay? 5 spice powder. And then also ginger. Now, I'll show you the difference between the ginger, okay? Some people have never seen this ginger before. This is young ginger, pink. Can you see the pink color? Pink, pink. Can you see the pink? This is young ginger. This is the old ginger. This is the mature ginger. This is the young ginger. This is low gum, means old ginger. This is san gum. Okay? This is pink, nice, and less fibrous, okay? Now, what I'm gonna do is, any question about the ginger? I'm questioning somebody. Yeah, because this ginger is a root.
Repeat the question.
You grow them if I were to do it in a barrel, in a wood barrel, then you can harvest them easily because ginger is just like bamboo. They move all over the place. You don't want to move into your next neighbor's backyard, okay? So I always put in a barrel, and when I harvest it, I harvest a portion of it. I don't have to harvest the whole thing, okay? So if I were you, I would use if you want to pickle the ginger, you use young ginger, pink ginger. If you want to use for flavoring, you use the regular old ginger. This is a lot stronger, more fibrous. So I'm going to use this. Look at that. I'm going to get this out. Get this. This is the microplane that I have designed, okay? This way I can have a stand, and also when you turn it to the other side, look at that. It doesn't have that thing that comes out like that. It's very hard to clean up. Look at this. Look how beautiful, okay? Look at that. I clean this. And then, if you go to Japanese restaurant, look at that. Look at this. Can you see that? Can you see this? Okay? And then I put my ginger here. I get my ginger here, and then I'll mix this up. I'll mix this up with a spoon, okay? I mix this up. I want to show you. I mix this up. This is ginger flavor with 5 spice powder, okay? The 5 spice powder, I want to show you the 5 spice powder because you can buy 5 spice powder in all the supermarket in the Asian section, okay? It is actually star anise, fennel, clove, citron peppercorn, and sometimes cinnamon, okay? And then sometimes they also put a tiny bit of ginger powder there. It depends on what brand you're buying, okay? Sometimes there are more than 5 spices, which is basically. Now when this is all mixed, okay, then I will put this back here. And then I will put this here. Look at that. I'll put this right here. And I'll use a knife. And I smooth these. Look at that. This is how I do it, okay? You can do this, bake your sweet potato ahead of time. You can use the red potato. You can use all kind of stuff. Doesn't matter, okay? Look at how beautiful. Nice and smooth like this, okay? Now, look at that. Look at it, how beautiful, okay? The key is to do it properly. And then I have 2. This is the red sweet potato. This is the regular potato. So I will show you. I'm going to take this out. This is the 5 spice powder. 5 spice powder. It looks like this. It smells really good. 5 spice powder. You can actually see it. 5 spice powder. Okay. Now, I will show you what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to have a pan. I have a pen. Where's my the pen? I'm going to get a pen. I'll put this over here. Okay? This is already filled in and with all of these. Now the next step I'm going to do it, I will put the sugar. This is sugar. You can use sugar. This is sugar cane sugar. I put it over here. Look how beautiful. I sprinkle this. I sprinkle this. Sprinkle. Then you bring it back there and you bake it. Okay? You can bake it. Okay? And then you can also use a tiny bit of milk, okay? Use a tiny bit of milk. I only use a tiny bit of milk in my mixture, so it's nice and smoother when you have milk, okay? And then in the meantime, I'm talking about the ginger. You can go to the store and buy pickled ginger like this. Look at that, pickled ginger. You go to Japanese restaurant, some Chinese restaurant, when they serve the sushi, they serve these with pickled ginger. It looks like this, nice and pink. Look at that. You see that? Then you can buy them like this. This is my favorite brand, okay? And then you use a blow torch. If you have one of these, you can use blow torch, okay? Look at that. I put it on a plate. So this way, you can see this right here, okay? I put it right here. This would be faster, okay? Right in front of you, I do this, okay? Look at that. Caramelize. Look how beautiful. Beautiful. Nice and caramelized. Look at that. That is done. Look how beautiful. Okay? Look how beautiful. This one, when you eat, you scoop it out. And then I put this over here. Okay? Beautiful. 1 and 2. And this is how you serve. Okay? It is very, very simple. And if you want, you can sprinkle ginger juice on top if you want. Later on, okay? And in fact, I even want to sprinkle a tiny bit of 5 spice powder right on top. Now, I want to tell you why I use sweet potato. The sweet potato is rich in cancer-fighting beta-carotene and vitamin A right here, okay? And also which can also support your healthy vision and also immune system. And also is a great source of fiber, okay? And a very high in antioxidant and a trace mineral. So that's another reason why I do it. And the great thing about this is you can use it, add it to your diet, easy to add your diet because you can bake it, you can steam it, you can broil it, you can roast it, you can pan fry it. And in fact, the natural sweetness is wonderful to pair with a lot of different things and different seasoning. That's the reason why. And you can also cut up, for the Chinese, they make a tong shui, fan shui tong shui. They cut it up into chunks and they boil it and cook it with rock sugar and serve with egg white, okay? It also can be enjoyed in a savory as well as sweet dishes. You can use it any way you want, okay? Now, I'm gonna put the tiny bit extra. I'm gonna do this over here. 5 spice powder here, okay? 5 spice powder. This is the 5 spice powder. This is more than the 5. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. You can buy grounded powder, star anise, clove, fennel, and citron peppercorn. I'll show you my citron peppercorn powder, okay? You can make your own citron peppercorn powder. What you do is powder in the market, okay? And each person probably have a slightly different taste. So if I were you, I would focus on having more star anise and cinnamon, less on the citron peppercorn, okay? I will show you all of these, okay? But this is citron peppercorn right here. It is very numbing, okay? But if you use too much of this, to function with your lung, with your lips and then your tongue because it numbs it. So I roast this and I grind them into a powder form like this, okay? Powder form like this. And if you want something really Sichuan, sprinkle a tiny bit of these right on top, okay? Put a tiny bit of this on top. Look at that. That's how we do, okay? And then this is star anise. This is the star anise. It looks like this, okay? Look at that. This is star anise, okay? So we will grind them into powder, and then this is how we do it. And then we're gonna garnish this a little bit with this. So this way. This is from my garden, okay? This is from my garden. Now this is dish number one. Anybody have any question? Let us ask question and give out some wonderful prizes to celebrate Thanksgiving with you, okay? Any other question? Yeah, let's announce the winner. Hey, Brian from Reno. Winner. Brian, you got lucked out because I'm happy today. Thanksgiving, okay? So, we're gonna give you Yan Can Cook with Arnold, my Asian Kitchen, my 37 cookbook. This is my Best Yan Can Cook, my 36 cookbook, my 37 cookbooks, okay? This is, besides this, we'll give you Unlock apron. Look at beautiful apron, okay? And then I give you a chopstick. You can have a choice of green. You tell Stephanie, this is green, this is burgundy, this is pink, and this is blue. This is walk softly and always carry a chopstick. And because I use these my microplane, I will also send you the microplane. So this way, and also, Brian, you got left out. I also send you a Martin's signature knife. Look at that. Oh, so you have, and also a finger guard to protect your finger. How do you the finger guard? A lot of people don't. You cannot find this anywhere. Okay. All of these are not available anywhere. Okay. You see how to do it? You put your finger here, then when you cut, you do not cut yourself, okay? Finger guard. So you have finger guard, chopstick, microplane, apron, and my knife, and this. You got left out. I give you everything I have. And then of course, for those of you who missed this, make sure you log in every Thursday, the first Thursday from 4 to 5 every month. Log in unlock.org/Yan Can Cook with Arnold, okay? Now, another question, more question. Anybody else have any question? Question. The potato, when you go to buy this, you can actually buy regular sweet potato or red potato. They actually say red potato, and they also have purple yam, purple potato, purple color. The Japanese one, a purple color. So you can buy anything you want. And also I would like to buy one that's a little bigger like this. Like this one, so easier for you to scoop it out, okay? But you're served individually, then you can buy the smaller one. So each guest would serve one portion or one potato. You cut it up in half, so each person have half and half, the whole one. But the big one you can serve for 2 people. So if I were you, I'll get the one which is the more popular, okay? The next one that I want to show you is the egg treasure rice, okay? Before we go on to move on to the egg treasure rice, any other question from the audience, from our fans and the online fans, and also from Lorraine? Any other questions that you want to find out? You want to ask? You cover everything. Okay, that means you know everything. You don't have any question. You have no question. You have no problem. Okay. Now the next dish. I want to show you how to do this. Everybody know that for fried rice, you always serve with this. This is the long grain rice grown in California and also Louisiana and Arkansas. But most of the rice grown in California actually is a sushi rice, it's medium grain rice, okay? And this is sweet rice, also referred to as like glutinous rice. This is Japanese premium sweet rice right here. And then you can buy them, looks like this, okay? This is how you do it. This is the the sweet rice. Can you see that? Sweet rice. Okay? This is sweet rice right here. And then you can see to close up the difference. This one is more longer. This is shorter, also called short grain rice. This is also called short grain rice. When you cook them, this is a little bit more, less sticky and more separated. When you do fried rice, you should use this. But when you do dumpling, when you do the Thai mango sweet rice dessert, you use the short grain rice or the glutinous rice or the sweet rice, okay? It's a shorter, that's what we call short grain rice, also called. Okay, the first thing you do is you put the rice, mix it. I have about 3/4 cup of this because I can use either one. But this time I'll use combination. I use 3/4 cup of these long grain rice and half a cup of these short grain rice or sweet rice. So this way it gives my rice a little bit more sticky texture, okay? And I cook them with a tiny bit of Chinese sausage and shiitake mushroom right here. Shiitake mushroom sausage. Cook them all together with the rice, okay? Once I cook the rice, I'll show you. The rice I have cooked is right here, okay? I cook the rice. Look at that. And if you are running out of, if you're a little bit too dry, sometimes you put a tiny bit of water to let it steam, okay? Steam up a little bit, and you're ready to do. And the way you do it is, let me show you how to do it, okay? You have this. No, this two is very easy to do it together. But if you cook multi-grain rice, brown rice, or black rice, or white rice, you have to cook it a lot longer, particularly white rice and multi-grain rice, because they did not remove the whole of the rice. The white rice, they remove the rice bran, okay? So it doesn't take as long for the moisture to permeate into the starch itself. So, but if you use, I don't suggest you to combine multi-grain rice or white rice with long grain rice. The long grain rice doesn't take too long to cook. Medium grain rice and short grain rice or sweet rice or long grain rice, when the rice bran, the rice hull is removed, it doesn't take too long to cook. But all the other rice, when the rice is not removed, the hull on the rice bran is not removed, it takes much longer. So you use more water and cook it longer, particularly for white rice, multi-grain rice, and even brown rice. Okay? Any other question?
Your guest asked you how to choose a good rice cooker.
Rice cooker, you buy the rice cooker with my picture, my photo. No, I'm joking. Oh, thank you. No, a lot of rice cookers in the market are very, very good. You can. It just depends on how many people you have. They have the 8 cups, 12 cups, 4 cups. So even have 2 cups. They are from this big to this big to this big to this big. So it depends on how big your family is. Okay. So don't buy something too. Oh yeah, definitely. You don't need to buy expensive rice cooker, okay? The more expensive rice cooker, the difference is they have more function, just like a cell phone. Okay? Buy less expensive cell phone, more expensive cell phone, okay? And the rice cooker, a lot of them are many functions. Some of them you can do steaming, poaching, braising, cook a different kind of rice. The more function it has, the more expensive, because the more chips, right? More computer component. That's the reason why it's more expensive. But that is not necessary, okay?
Chef
Now the
Yan,
rice is cooked.
Chef Yan, your YouTuber friend asked you, how does the lapchung taste like?
The lapchung, let's show you the lapchung, okay? I'll show you the lapchung, show you different type of lapchung, why I'm doing this, okay? Now, The first thing I'm gonna show you is this rice is cooked, okay? Rice is cooked, look at that. Rice is cooked. I just cooked this. It takes about 40 minutes to cook a proper, unless you use a rice cooker, but I just want to show you this. That's the reason why I cook it right here. I use about 1 portion of rice to about 1.25 to 1.3 portion of water. So I will set it aside, and then I will show you what else I'm going to do with this, okay? Here, I have this big ingredient, look at that. Let me show you the ingredient first, okay? I'm going to do this fried rice. This is for the lettuce cup. I have, yes. Oh, a lot of questions. Why I'm cooking? Please ask me question. Let me introduce this dish first. I'm going to do a egg precious rice, okay? The rice is cooked, and I have few items here. I have dry shrimp. I pan fry the dry shrimp or roast ice shrimp. This is dry shrimp. And this is nuts. You can use any nuts. If you're allergic to peanut, use pistachio nut, use other nuts. And then I have carrot. And I have mushrooms, fresh mushroom. And then I have Sichuan pickle. Look at that, Sichuan pickle. Jia choy. Very popular in Sichuan. When you have porridge, when you have congee, you always serve this, okay? And then it looks like this when you open it, okay? And then I have fresh corn on the cup. And I cut the fresh corn on the cup like this, okay? Like this, okay? And then I will, because I want to have texture contrast, and also the corn on the cup also is sweet, so it's nice. And also have some green onion, okay? Cut up some green onion. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, done. And done. Look at that, all done, okay? And then when these are all done, I'm gonna put it over here. So you have 8 different kind of things. Also, to enhance the flavor, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, this is 8. A lot of time people don't realize how wonderful this can be. This is the cilantro that I grow in my yard. And then I cut that stem. Look at that. I use a stem. I put this back. This is the stem of the cilantro. I actually cut it in half and put it over here. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. So I got all these wonderful cilantro for flavor purposes. So I have 8 different items. So that's why I call egg treasure rice, okay? Then when the rice is ready, I'm going to show you how to stir this, okay? Any other question?
Your friend asked you, what's the best way to crush garlic?
Okay. Well, the package, give me a few. Okay. Let me show you the package. The packages of the different the chop. You can buy. Look at the difference, okay? They have different brand in the market. Some of them are made in Vancouver. Some of them in Seattle. Some of them in Los Angeles. Some of them in the West Coast. Some of them are made in the East Coast. Some of them are from Hong Kong or from China or from Taiwan. Okay, they all make different kind of sauce. And some of them have a wine, mgape. Okay, 玫瑰露. Okay, and some of them, like look at that. This is pork sausage, and this is pork sausage with duck liver, darker. This is darker. See this? This is with liver. This one no liver. Okay. So when you cut this up, let me show you the difference in color. Okay. So my idea is you can actually have your own choice. Okay. Now let me show you the difference. Okay. Everybody see. This one, look at the color. Look at the color difference. Okay. Look at the color. This one is all pork sausage. This is liver sausage. What I normally do is I cut this up like this. 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and 6. And when you cut it up, it looks like this color. When I cut this up, this liver sausage, look at the difference. It's darker, much darker. This is, a lot of people love the liver sausage because it's a different flavor. Look at the difference between the liver sausage and the pork sausage. Can you see that? The difference now? Look at that. Can everybody see the difference? Yeah, good. So, I try different things. Depends on different dishes. Sometimes I will use different one for different different. I normally buy the one that have the guano, the alcohol. Okay. So when I cook the rice, I use that. Then I stir this. Okay. I stir this. I stir this. I put a tiny bit of oil here. Look at that. I don't use too much oil, okay? And then I use a tiny bit of garlic and ginger if you want. Garlic and ginger. Okay?
Yeah, they want to know what's the best way to crush garlic.
Oh, garlic. Give me the garlic. Use this. What is the garlic? We have some garlic already cut, already trimmed, right?
No.
Okay. The easiest way to cut garlic is, this is a piece of garlic here, right? First you peel it, right? First you peel it, okay? But the whole thing, hold onto this, and the whole thing comes out like this, okay? Now, already peeled, right? Or a little wet. And then, I crush the garlic like this, okay? I will use my Chinese chef, crush, done, okay? That's how I do it, okay? And then, look at that. I put it over here, done, look at that. It's all messed up, all messed. All done. Look at that. All done. That's why. You don't have to chop it. And then I put the mushroom, the dry shrimp, the carrot, the corn, everything right here to mix. And then the Sichuan pickle. So finally, I add the cilantro and green onion. Okay. And then I stir. So this way, all together, I have 8 different items. And I put a tiny bit of, because I don't want to dry it up, put a tiny bit of broth. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? Don't overcook anything. Never overcook anything, okay? Anybody have any questions so far? Yeah. And then, I put a tiny bit of oyster flavor sauce, okay? And a tiny bit of soy sauce. That's all I need. Okay? Tiny bit of oyster flavor sauce. And a tiny bit of soy sauce. Look at that. Stir.
Soy sauce.
Yeah. Yeah. When you use tiny bit of soy sauce, when you use long grain rice, you use 1 to 1.5 portion of water, okay? And then when you use medium grain rice or sweet rice, you use a little bit less. Otherwise, it will be too soggy, too soggy, too sticky, okay? But when you use long grain, you use brown rice, use 1 to 1.75, and you use the multi-grain rice or white rice, use a lot more water, okay? Because it takes a long time to cook. That means you look at how colorful this is. Look at how colorful this is. Now I'm gonna make a sauce, okay? This is very unique, okay? This is a very interesting dish, okay? Just like Fukin Chao Fan, okay? Egg treasure. I got a lot of texture, a lot of ingredient here. And then I use a tiny bit of cornstarch, and it's a very unique. Have you ever tried the Fukin Chao Fan? Yeah, this is a similar way to do it. A little bit different than the fried rice that you normally try. Okay, I actually make a sauce out of these. Okay, and then a tiny bit of sesame seed oil, a tiny bit of pepper. Give me some pepper. Look at how beautiful this is. Can you see how beautiful this is? Look at that. Can everybody see that? Okay, good. And then I will show you how to do this, okay? Put a tiny bit of pepper. A tiny bit of pepper right here. Tiny bit of white pepper. Oh, beautiful. Okay? And then I thicken this up. Let me show you. I'm gonna thicken this up. Can you see this boiling? Can you see that? You always move these around and put the sauce right, the cornstarch 1 to 3 portion. Put it right in the middle. Right in the middle. Can you see that? Now I make a sauce. I make a sauce. Put it. Beautiful. Okay? Yeah, you if you're allergic to gluten, you can buy tamari, which is gluten-free. Okay? And then the next thing I want to show you is I want to use a spoon to scoop this rice. Beautiful. This one I already have sausage and mushroom, and I put it. Oh yeah, definitely. You can do fried rice. I just want to show you, I'm actually cooking the rice because the rice flavor, the sausage and the mushroom flavor my rice, see? And then, beautiful. Look, let me show you. Yeah. And then, now, look at that. This way, I put this, I pack this tight. I pack this, okay? And then I put this right over here. Look at that, okay? And then I put this right over here. Yeah. And this is a very unique way to do the egg treasure rice, right? This is something that you have never seen before. Every month, every day, we try to show you, each time we try to show you something different. Look, this is similar to the food in Chao Fan, very, very popular, okay? So it's very, very good. Look at that. And then I have cilantro. Look at this. I have cilantro. Because this is long grain rice. And also I have, I mix it, if you use gluten, this rice will stick to the bowl. And also if you're worried about it, you use a little a spray, okay, non-stick spray. Or just rub a tiny bit of water, or a tiny bit of oil, okay? No problem. Look how beautiful this is. Look at that. This is the dish I have never cooked before, okay? I just want to create something unique and different to celebrate because this is Thanksgiving. You want something amazing, okay? Anybody have any question? Anybody else? Let's ask question.
Some people say you put the raw egg on top of the rice. How's that would taste?
You can put a raw quail egg right on top. Okay. It's too bad that we don't have raw quail egg. Otherwise, I'll put a raw quail egg right here. It would make it look even more interesting. Okay. Second winner from where? Boston. Name. Sharon Boston. Sharon, you got back out. Celebrate Thanksgiving. I'll give you the best of Yan King Cook, my 36 cookbook. And an unlock apron. And a chef knife, signature knife that I use. And then, since you're a beautiful lady, pink chopstick. And then a finger guard. And then one of these beautiful microplane that we have come out with. Beautiful, okay? So make sure all the people from TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, if you have not signed up for .org, unlock.org/Yan King Cook with Arnold, you should do it because we're going to give out all this wonderful this. You got the book, you got the apron, you got a knife, you got a chopstick, and you got this microplane. Okay, so make sure every Thursday, the first Thursday, Yan can cook with Arnold. Okay, the next one I want to show you is even more interesting. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do one of your favorite dish in Chinese restaurant. And the first thing is we have lettuce cup. We have a lettuce cup like this, okay? Lettuce cup right here, okay? And a lettuce cup right here. I have two lettuce cup, one over here and one over here. Two lettuce cup. I have four because I have two guests in my kitchen, okay? And I will get this ready. Dish number one, sweet potato brulee. And then egg treasure rice. You have never, when you mix it together, it's absolutely delicious, okay? This I will show you is, I'm gonna do the chicken, the rainbow chicken wrap, okay? And the key of these is, look at that. I have jicama. Jicama. You can use water chestnut or jicama. I actually grow water chestnut in my backyard. This is jicama, I peel them, okay? And I cut them up into dice like this. Let me show you how to cut it up, okay? You cut it up like this. One, okay? And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see this? And then you put it together. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All cut up into dice pieces like this. And then I put it right here. I also cut up the all of these onion like that, okay? All diced. I have diced jicama, diced onion, diced red and yellow bell pepper, diced green onion stems, and diced chicken, okay? We marinate the chicken with a tiny bit of oyster sauce, tiny bit of sesame seed oil, okay? And then a tiny bit of cornstarch to marinate, okay? And then if you want, final, right before you do it, use a tiny bit of oil, okay? And then, look at this. I mix this up, and I will stir fry this, okay? Stir fry this with tiny bit of oil. Always use garlic and ginger because this is very aromatic. Always put the aromatic on. And then I chop up and I cut. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Look at the chicken. Okay? Beautiful. Can you see that? Can you see this? Now when you do stir fry, the most important thing is also allow it to sear to it and seal the juice. Now, look at that. Look at how beautiful. Look at how high temperature in short time, very important. Okay? When you do stir fry, always use high temperature in short time. When you do braising, use medium to medium. When you use stewing, and use medium, okay? Always remember. And also test the oil temperature. Look at that. When I cut it up, it's already done. 2 minutes, all done, okay? Then I will put the onion, put the jicama. You don't want to overcook the jicama, okay? And then red and green bell pepper, and then green onion. Look at that. All of these are there. And then the key is here. Let me show you how beautiful this is. Look at how colorful. Every single dish is appealing to your eye. You eat with your eye first. Six hương mei chi. Six hương mei chi, okay? That means color, appealing. Aroma, taste, and texture. This one is colorful and it's beautiful. When this is done, I want to show you, I use a kind of a cornstarch. Marinate my chicken. I use hoisin sauce. Okay? I added here, I have oyster sauce. That's all I need. And I have tiny bit of pepper, tiny bit of sesame seed oil. Okay? And you do not want to make it too drippy. It has to be dry. Otherwise, when you eat it, it drips all over the place. You hold on to this. Look at how beautiful this is. Nothing is overcooked. Look how beautiful. Okay? If I were you, I would always stock up 2 things in my fridge. Oyster flavor sauce, okay? This is most Chinese favorite from Lee Kum Kee. Oyster flavor sauce, this is the old brand, okay? With the champagne lady, okay? And then also stock up with a tiny bit of hoisin sauce, okay? Hoisin sauce right here, hoisin sauce. And then I also have chili crisp. You like hot and spicy food, chili crisp. And for this, I add a tiny bit of chili crisp right here. Look at that, half a teaspoon of chili crisp. Nice. And then this will be nice and flavorful. When this is done, I want to show you how beautiful this is. This is all done, okay? Now, final touch, okay? I'll show you how to do this. I have lettuce cup here. I will use this. I will scoop this out. I shut this off. I want to show you beautiful dish. Look at that. Look at this. This lettuce cup, my lettuce cup. I have 2 lettuce cups. One, we have oh, you know, but I guarantee you, you have never tasted anything like this in any restaurant, okay? Because the ingredient that I used. Now, look at that. Pine nut. Can you see that? Pine nut. Pine nut, roasted pine nut. Look at that. Roasted pine nut. Texture contrast. On top of that, let me show you. That you don't normally see. You remember the pickled ginger I was talking about? I put the pickled ginger right on top. Pink pickled ginger. This will give you flavor contrast and color contrast. Look how beautiful. Look at that. Guarantee you cannot find this anywhere, okay? I always try to show you something different every time. Look at that. Today is for Arnold Stephanie. This is for Yan Can Cook Stephanie. This is from Lorraine. This is for Sue. So today, let us get the final gifts. The final gifts. Then we're gonna talk about this. Okay, the final gifts. Yeah, perfect. We are lucky. You are lucky today. Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Deirdre, Massachusetts, you are lucky. You won Yan Can Cook with Arnold, my Asian kitchen, my 100 favorite Asian dishes. You have an unlocked apron. You have one of these beautiful pink color chopsticks or burgundy chopstick. You have to make up your decision. And then you have one of my knives, signature knife. Okay, sharp, and then a finger guard, and then one of these. We normally don't give out so many gifts, but Thanksgiving time, more gift. Okay, one of these microplanes. This is the one that I just showed you right here. See that? Yan Can microplane. Look at that, microplane. Okay, so in the meantime, let us get the second gift. Yeah.
30.
Hey, and you're from New York. You are lucky. The best Yan Can Cook. Unlock apron, chopstick, microplane, and you got left out. This is the Martinez Professional Gourmet Knife. Okay, look at that. Okay, so you got the knife and the finger guard and the microplane and the chopstick and the apron and the best of Yan Can Cook. Now, before I close, I want to invite you to join me on the Yan Can Cook Alaskan Cruise. I'm doing this actually started. This is an educational Martinez Culinary College. I actually teach 5 cooking class on the cruise, and actually this program started by my good friend Jacques Pepin. Okay, I will be teaching cooking class on board, and then host the cooking class and host a dinner for everybody on board, and make sure you can cook Alaskan cruise. And you
Sign
can
up before November 30.
Yeah.
50% off.
Yeah, you sign up before November 30, which is 50% off. Okay.
For
Check-
detailed information, go to yancancook.com.
Yeah, yancancook.com. Make sure to go yancancook.com. And then, of course, next year I'll be also doing a Best of Italy culinary fusion tour, Martinez Chow Mein tour to Italy. And we will work everywhere we go. We work with the local chef. We go to the local market, and then we buy the local ingredient. I'll do Asian fusion cuisine, and the Italian chef will do traditional. So we all have a good time. So anyway, I would love to see you in any of these two, particularly the Alaskan cruise. Okay. In the meantime, I'd like to take this opportunity to wish everybody and on Unlock's team, Stephanie and everybody, and Grace, everybody, a happy Thanksgiving. And I wish all of you, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook friends, happy Thanksgiving. And today, once again, let me go through this again. This is sweet potato puree, unbelievably, wonderfully delicious. And then the egg treasure rice, look at this, look at that. This is something that I've never done myself, okay? And then the lettuce cup, look how beautiful the lettuce cup is, okay? The lettuce cup, all of these dishes, you can do at home. I can do it in less than an hour, talking too much and still doing in 1 hour. So you can actually do it at home. So today, we are celebrating one of the most important holiday, Thanksgiving. I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. And then if you want to have more information, cooking tips, yeah.
Go yancancook.com.
Yeah, cooking tips, more recipe, yancancook.com.
Chef Yan talk about the tour.
Yeah, let's talk about the tour.
They say they can go register.
Okay, now for the Alaskan cruise tour, get to yancancook.com. Do it in the next few days because before November the 30th, 50% off. Okay, we're going to be a lot of fun. We're going to cook with Alaskan ingredient, Alaskan king crab, all kinds of dishes. And then, of course, the Yan Can Cook Alaskan Cruises, initiated and developed by my good friend Jacques Pepin. Is a legend, a dear friend, and is still very active. It's amazing. Okay.
What's the cruise company name?
The tour is Oceania, Expedia Cruises, Oceania, on the Oceania cruise. Okay. And then, of course, the Martinez Best of Italy Culinary Fusion Tour, Martinez Chow Mein Tour. Chow Mein means Italian and Chinese. I'll be cooking Chinese flavors, Chinese dishes with all the local Italian ingredient, and the local Italian chef will cook traditional Italian cuisine. So both of these, I only do one of these cruise and one of these a year. So anyway, I hope to see you right in on my tour as a traveling companion for the Yan Can Cook Cruise as well as the best of Italy culinary fusion tour. Okay? Happy Thanksgiving.
Let's just show again what you just did.
Look at that. This is just sweet potato blade, egg precious or egg treasure rice, and a rainbow color lettuce cup with wonderful color, texture, and flavor contrast. So all of this you can do at home. If Yan can cook, so can you. Yan can, you can. All of you. TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube friends. Thank you for watching the Yan Can Cook Show. Welcome to my kitchen.